Good morning, students. Welcome to the online lecture of Class 6 Science. Today, we will start our chapter number 5. Chapter number 5, Separation of Substance. In our daily life, there are many instances when we notice a substance being separated from a mixture of materials. Tea leaves are separated from the liquid with a strainer while preparing tea. We know that we add tea leaves for making tea, but during drinking, we remove that tea leaves from the tea using strainer. Grain is separated from stalks here. Grain is separated from stalks while harvesting. Milk or curd is churned to separate the butter. Churned means વલોવું. જેણીથી આપણે જે વલોવીએ that is called as churned. Okay, like this, as you can see in this picture, that butter is removed, separated from the milk or curd. As we learned in chapter number 3, which was the chapter? Yes, fiber to fabric. We gain cotton to separate its seeds from the fiber. Okay, we have seen that in the farmers remove cotton from the seeds. Perhaps you might have eaten salted dalia or poha. Yes, we all have eaten. If you found that it had many chilies in it, you may have carefully taken them out before eating. Yes, we remove the chilies from the poha before eating. Suppose you are given a basket containing mangoes and guavas and asked to separate them. What would you do? Pick up one kind and place them in a separate container, right? Seems easy, but what if the material we want to separate are much smaller than the mango or guava? Imagine you are given a glass of sand with salt, mix in it. Okay, now first imagine a mango and guava are kept in one box, then it is easy to separate it out. But to separate sand and salt present in a glass, it seems to be impossible. And yes, it is impossible task even to think to separate salt from the mixture by picking out grains of sand by hand. Now, why we are learning this chapter, that we will see further in the further topics. Activity number 1. In column 1 of table 5.1 are given a few process of separation. The purpose of separation and the way separated components are used in the mentioned in column number 2 and 3 respectively. However, the information given in column 2 and 3 is jumbled up. Can you match each process with its purpose and the way separated components are used? So, here you can see table number 5.1 is given. We have to see the separation processes, purpose for which we do the separation, and what do we do with the separated component. By doing this activity, you will know why the separation is necessary. So, starting from the first, separate stone from the rice. So, what is the purpose of separating stone from rice? We have to select any one option from this. So, let's see one by one. To separate two different components but useful components. See, rice is a useful component but stone is not a useful component. So, A cannot be the answer. B, to remove non-useful component. Yes, this can be an answer because the stone is not useful. But let's see the third one also. To remove impurities or harmful components. Yes, from B and C both can be the answer, but B is more relevant because stone is not that much harmful, or it cannot be considering impurity. So 1 and B. Now, what do we do with the separated component? So let's see that also. We throw away the solid component. Yes, we throw away the solid component. The next is churning milk to obtain butter. So for second, A will be the proper option because both the components are useful. That's why we are separating. Okay. And for the third column, the third will be appropriate. We use both the component. Yes, we use the milk and butter also. separate tea leaves. Okay, this is the only one option left over to remove impurity or the harmful component, and we throw away the impurity.
We see that before we use a substance, we need to separate harmful or non-useful substance that may be mixed with it. Sometimes we separate even useful component if we need to use them separately. Yes, we have seen the example of milk and butter. Both the material, both the component are very useful, so we separate it out. The substance to be separated may be particles of different size or materials. This may be in any three state of the matter, that is solid, liquid or gas. So how do we separate substance mixed together if they have so many different properties? So I guess you know the idea behind the separation, why we are doing that, and in the further lecture we will see how many methods are there, why we are separating out, which are the different properties, on that basis we are separating. So see you in the next lecture. Thank you.